Tonight on Alaska's News Source, it is another first alert weather day with strong winds that never seem to end and the heaviest snowfall pushing into Juneau tonight. Plus, Alaska state troopers say human remains have been found at the scene of the Wasilla house fire, where a cardiologist recently charged with possession of child sex abuse material lived. And as Alaskans celebrate Hanukkah tonight, some are pained after a deadly mass shooting at a celebration in Australia. Alaskans react.
You're watching Alaska's News Source.
Strong winds across multiple areas of Alaska. This is video from Midtown Anchorage, where the gusts peaked to 46 miles per hour. Major damage and widespread power outages like we saw in last week's storm have not surfaced. The strongest gusts were seen in Palmer, which peaked at 82 miles per hour as of about 5 this evening. We'll check in with meteorologist Bailey Braun on the first alert weather day to look at the impacts ahead and the large amount of snow coming down in southeast Alaska. But first, Charlie Fellows was out in Palmer today, where the winds were difficult to deal with.
I'm here at windy and wild Palmer Municipal Airport, where for the second straight weekend, the wind is howling. Last weekend, that manifested itself in terms of widespread power outages and other damage. Pilots here taking precautions, literally tying down their planes to the concrete here, their moorings, to prevent them from tipping over or blowing away. That's how strong it is, and that's the risk you run being outside in the valley right now. From Palmer Municipal Airport, Charlie Fellows, Alaska's News Source.
The biggest weather impacts this weekend continue into tonight. Bailey Braun joins us now to tell us the details. Bailey? Thank you, Michaela. Yeah, overnight we saw quite a bit of snow into southeast, and specifically for Juneau, where we measured about 7 inches as of this morning. Around noon is when we measured that. But we have more snow on the way. You can notice that with our satellite and radar. All of these big impacts are centered around south central and for southeast. So more snow into southeast overnight, where we're going to see the heaviest snowfall of the weekend. And for South Central, we're continuing to look at these high wind warnings that have been extended into tomorrow morning. Now, for these strong winds as of today, you can already see those strong impacts in areas like Anchorage, where we've seen gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and even into Seward, where we've seen 43 miles per hour. But Valdez and Palmer are still the windiest areas that we've seen for South Central. But over in Southeast, we're seeing some of those strong winds as well at 47 miles per hour in Ketchikan. Now for Palmer, we're going to continue to monitor more of these winds, but do expect these to last all the way through tomorrow. So expect another windy day to kick off your work week with gusts up to 50 and potentially even again up to 70 and 80 miles per hour. Now for southeast, where we're focusing on the biggest impact, that heavy snowfall into Juneau. So as we look ahead, most of this heavy snow is going to roll in overnight tonight, but that's going to last all through Monday. You can already see by Monday at 3 p.m. That's when even more of the snow begins to push through central portion of the panhandle. So we're going to see between 8 to 18 inches in some of these areas, such as Juneau and even into Petersburg. So brace for that heavy snowfall pushing into Juneau. Right now you can see all of that heavy snow on the ground, and that's pretty fresh snow as well, with these temperatures dropping significantly over the course of the next few days. But for tonight, more of that snow is expected. Another couple of inches overnight tonight, and then another several inches for tomorrow. So it's going to be a lot of snow by the time that Tuesday rolls around. But into the interior and western Alaska, sunny skies are ahead with those colder temperatures awaiting, and this is going to continue all the way through tonight and tomorrow. An Alaskan cardiologist recently charged with possession of child sex abuse material is unaccounted for after his home burned last night after he was bailed out of jail Friday. That's according to Alaska state troopers, who say human remains have been found at the site of the fire. 46-year-old cardiologist Ryan McDonough is the one facing those charges. Troopers say the remains were of a man, and they are being taken to the state medical examiner's office to be identified. When troopers said earlier today that McDonough was unaccounted for, they said the other people who lived in the home were safe. Troopers say the investigation into the fire, including the cause, is ongoing. We reached out to McDonough's attorney for comment, but did not immediately hear back. We have more details on our website. And as the wind ripped through Anchorage last night, J-Bear has confirmed there was a fire at the 11th Airborne Division headquarters. A viewer sent us this photo. A J-Bear spokesperson said after the fire had been put out that the civil engineers and base authority were assessing the damage. She says everyone was accounted for and no injuries were reported. The Alaska Jewish campus says tonight's Hanukkah celebration at Anchorage's Egan Center will be strongly secured. It comes as at least 15 people in Sydney, Australia, are dead after authorities say two gunmen attacked a Hanukkah celebration on Bondi Beach today. Authorities say at least 29 people were confirmed wounded, including 2 police officers. The 2 suspects are 24 and 50 years old and have been identified as a father and son. Police say officers shot and killed the 50-year-old at the scene, while the 24-year-old is hospitalized with critical injuries. Australia's Prime Minister called it an attack of anti-Semitism and terrorism.
This is a targeted attack on Jewish Australians on the first day of Hanukkah, which should be a day of joy, a celebration of faith, an act of evil anti-Semitism, terrorism that has struck the heart of our nation. An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian.
A rabbi for Congregation Beth Shalom called the news heartbreaking, saying there will be a moment of prayer for the victims at a Friday Hanukkah celebration. And the Alaska Jewish campus said in part that it was shocked, horrified, and deeply pained. It says in the face of the attack, Alaskans are standing tall and coming together. And again, it says tonight's Hanukkah celebration at the Egan Center will be strongly secured. Still ahead, dogs rescued after Halong will soon be adopted out if not claimed. We check in with a family that's fostering rescues.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Welcome back. In case you missed it, the Fairbanks North Star Borough received another grant to continue moving forward with the long-delayed overhaul of its public transit system. It's converting its fleet with new buses that run on compressed natural gas. The first 3 CNG buses hit the borough this spring. Officials say federal grants are funding the project. It was secured largely because of the area's serious air quality challenges. While the switch was approved back in 2019, it faced delays due to the pandemic and construction of a new fueling facility. And people who had to leave their dogs behind after Typhoon Halong are facing a deadline. In case you missed it, Lauren Maxwell tells us the state has given them until Monday to claim their pets, or they may be put up for adoption.
You good boy. Josie Schultz has 3 dogs in her household. Her own dog, Blue, and 2 that she's fostering from Western Alaska.
So Roxy actually still has a family that we've been in contact with a little bit, hoping to reunite her with them. And then Donald was actually surrendered, and he is looking for his home.
The state veterinarian says most of the 200 dogs that were evacuated from flooded villages have been claimed, but there are at least 20 in foster care or shelters where no one has come forward at all.
So we are asking by Monday if one of those 20 dogs is yours or your neighbors or your sisters or somebody that you know. Please contact us or Anchorage Animal Care and Control or Matsu.
Without contact by Monday, those dogs will be available for adoption.
What organization is currently responsible for your dog?
When it comes to animals in foster care, Best Friends Animal Rescue took in about 100 dogs from Western Alaska.
Found foster homes for all of them?
Yeah. Yep. I don't even know how it happened.
These animals do have owners that can't take them yet. However,
we would just like regular communication from the owners because we feel like we haven't gotten a consistent flow of communication.
The state has given them a Monday deadline to reach out to the people caring for their pets.
Just say, yep, here's my current information. I still want the dog. Here's an estimated timeline.
Josie Schultz says her foster dog Roxy is fitting in so well with the family.
They've been really great together, and yeah, we'll keep her as long as we need to.
She's prepared to be a foster for as long as it takes. Lauren Maxwell, Alaska's news source.
The state says there are several ways people can get in touch to give more information on their pets, including calling Anchorage Animal Care and Control. You'll find other contacts on our website.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.